Yo, 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 what's going on, everyone? What up, what up? It's your girl, Audie, getting at you guys with another Audie's Art Struggles podcast episode. Today is July 2nd, 2025. Dang, man, July already? What the hell happened to June? I feel like I just get caught up in so much work or so much that I need to do that I just haven't had a chance to like slow down and like realize what fucking month it is. And not only that, I always get June and July mixed up. I don't know about you guys. It's just, yeah, there shouldn't be two J's together, right? Probably just me, but anyways, how are you guys doing? I hope you guys are all doing well. And yeah, it's okay, there hasn't been a real art struggle lately, but why do I feel it coming? And I probably feel it coming because of some news that I am going to drop on you guys mid-episode. So I think what I want to start off with is I hate how my office is looking. I know I have said that I was going to renovate as far as like strip the wallpaper, do some drywall, do the ceiling, do the repaint the frame and all of those things. And I also wanted to get like these blackout curtains. They're like UV type material, keeps the heat out. But at the same time, I have plants that really, really love the light. Like they love the natural sunlight. And Rob actually got one of those lights that mimic the sun for his plants. And they've been growing pretty well. So I'm thinking about getting some of those and like, having it set up because the heat, like, yeah, it comes through the window and it is so freaking hot. And the thing that I don't like about my office is that it doesn't get enough AC. It doesn't get enough cooling. Even in the wintertime, it doesn't get very much heat in here either. And I love a smooth podcast. I don't like interruptions. I don't like like things in the background, like, and I know you guys, and I know I'm gonna hear this shit when I play this episode back, and it's just gonna do nothing but piss me off. But I have the fan going, but I have it at a distance, but I know it's gonna fucking show up in the audio, so I hate that so much, like so much. You guys don't even fucking know, but But it's not just the renovation, like it's not just like the look of it, but like I need more like table space. Like I'm thinking about taking everything out from my closet, and there's like a corner where my mother has her things. She claims those are my things, but I mean, we just go back and forth. Her things, my things, I don't care. I'll get rid of my things, but I just want to get like a storage unit and just throw everything in there. So I'm thinking about doing that, but I'm considering investing in like more desktop space. If you guys ever go to like a realtor's office or somewhere and like they have like the L-shaped tables and it just continuously goes along the fucking walls, I need something like that. Like real talk. Like I don't like having to clean up my space. I really don't. I don't like cleaning up. Like if I have all my paints set out, I don't want to have to clean that up to do computer work. I don't want to put away my computer work and, let's say, take photographs of my art pieces or my father's art pieces and having to clear that up to like get back to painting. Or like if I'm painting like originals, going from originals to Christmas ornaments, I don't want to have to keep switching up and changing it around. So I know I saved some tabletop desks and stuff. Desks and tables, excuse me. Probably like a year or two ago, I was really like, oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna fucking throw these bitches in my cart and I'm gonna fucking buy them. Had to rethink it, didn't do it. So fuck. But I think this time I'm gonna do it. I have some things to not get rid of, but I have to do something with it. I have to put them somewhere. Whew, so that's that. And I know in the previous episode I talked about I got a bottle of paint. It's like a chrome, or like it's not folk art. I know I talked about folk art, but it's a lot more thin and it's a lot more like silvery. I don't know how to explain it, but it is like the true metallic that you're gonna get next to a chrome. I thought it was gonna be like a chrome type of finish, but it's not. It's like a step down and a step above folk art paints. So I have yet to put that on the canvas. And let me tell you something. I was trying to do the line art on my painting. I'm painting the antelope, and I couldn't concentrate yesterday. I couldn't focus, and I've only done like minimal line work on there, and I was kind of hoping that I would be able to get more done, but with the time being 10:40 in the morning and I got a shift at 1:15, I'm gonna have to try to get out of here by noon, because I have a Amazon block this afternoon. So yay to the heat. Like, you know what, I'm so fucking over this heat, man. Like probably because like 3 days ago I worked and I just felt really, really sick. I'm not gonna tell you guys what happened. You know, I have a history of heat strokes. Let's just say that I've had a lot of heat strokes as a kid, and those same feelings I recall because I've had so many heat strokes when I was a kid. Same feelings when I was out doing deliveries, and I'm not about to fucking go through that bullshit again. So moving on. So yeah, like I'm not too excited about going to work today, tomorrow, the next day, and the next day. Well, the last 3 days of my work, it's gonna be at like 3 in the morning, so that's good. So let's get into why I know it's gonna be an art struggle. It's exciting news, but it's kind of like, yeah, yay, we're doing it. Yeah, it's going. You know, it's like one of those situations. Remember, a few episodes ago, I was like, yeah, you know, I'm finding these Instagram reels and posts where they're you know, promoting like a show, you know, like they're just promoting like shows and exhibitions and things like that, and I'm just like blindly like applying to them. And as a matter of fact, I have one in like 17 days and I haven't painted anything. This is a place where I wanted to get a table and you know, sell prints or, you know, something. And I still have yet to reach out to the person and be like, hey, can I have a table? Still haven't done that yet. Gosh, damn it. And so that's like in 17 days. And I'm nervous now that I'm saying it. But, so one of the organizations that I blindly, unknowingly, like didn't have full consciousness of me applying at this place sent me an email, and they were like, congratulations, you have been selected to attend 7 of our art shows. And yes, it is very, very exciting. It is. But I only have like maybe 2 pieces of furniture that I could take. And I really would like to take like a dresser. I would love to take like at least two end tables, 4 pieces total in end tables. I want to make some simple pieces and things like that. Man, and I just, I'm gonna need quite a bit of wood, you know what I'm saying? And I know I have wood in my shed. I need to be sure that those are sturdy enough. They're not bowed out. And I really need to start taking advantage of pieces of wood that I find on the side of the road and just throw it in the back. You know what I mean? Kind of recycle and reuse wood. Things like that. I have been seeing like furniture pieces on the side of the road that are like already like constructed. They're just like damaged in some way, but you can like strip it, break it down. You can change the look of it because the framework on these pieces, they are quite sturdy. Screws and bolts might need a little bit of tightening, just needs refinishing, things like that. And like I should probably recycle those, but like it's not all of my work, so that's the reason why I don't incorporate those types of pieces in my own furniture collection line, because it's not like really fully made by me. So that's kind of where that guilt comes from. If I don't put any of my designs on it and if I just like refinish it, sure, like I'll do that. But I'm really looking something to add to my line, something that I could do the artistic painting stuff on. But mostly furniture that I find on the side of the road, it can be reconstructed. So it's almost like if I find an end table on the side of the road and I just check out how it was put together and the measurements, it is easy to duplicate. But if there's like veneers in it or like a certain type of molding, that I would think is a little bit hard to mimic, because you gotta go to like a place that has molding and things like that, and I just don't have time for that, and that's not my work anyways. But I do consider it, but for me it just feels better to do everything from scratch. So and that kind of doubles my stress, because if I were to pick up something from somewhere, at least like half of the work is done. The only thing I would need to do is refinish and paint. Okay, but it's still on the back of my mind and it's not satisfying. So I mean, I know it's just like, Audie, you need to get over it. It's something that you can throw into the show and whatnot. Okay, fine. Like, I'm pretty sure I will have a few pieces that I could bring to the show that are like plain pieces. I'll probably do that just to kind of fill up my space at the shows. But yes, like I'm kind of, another thing that I'm kind of stressing about too is renting of the trailer. It's been a couple years. I know I talked about this in previous episodes, but like going through to get like a hitch and all of those things to move the things out, and like just needing helpers, and I'm gonna have to put those things together. And the good news about all of this is that my first show isn't until October, so I do have more than enough time to start making some pieces. But it's just, the stress comes from like, you want to have everything in order. You want to have all of the tools and the materials that you need to make the pieces. And with me and my father, we share tools. So like if I'm not using the miter saw, my dad will be like, oh, can I take it? If I'm not using the air compressor, my dad's like, oh, let me take it. And they take all of my tools to the reservation because I'm not doing anything with them here because of all these Amazon blocks that I'm doing, or Walmart orders, or Uber orders. Like I'm just, I begin to get more consumed with those other things and not my art. And that's why I get very, very fucking cranky, because I would rather be doing those things than, or I'd rather be doing my art, excuse me, than those other things. And it is a stress. It's very fucking stressful. Picking up a paintbrush yesterday was nice, but the thing that sucked was that I was completely out of focus. But I am very, very happy to have been accepted to all of these shows, and I do plan on writing back an email thanking her for the opportunities. She mentioned another location. I got accepted to the north part of this show, and she mentioned in an email a south location. So I'm like, let me see if I can get in with that. Because I'm trying to, get my stuff back out there, and I think this would be a very, very great opportunity. So while I'm doing like the furniture, I have to start, redesigning like my business cards and, postcards and things like that. And I know I have said like, all of these things I'm seeing like in reels, and it's just pressuring you to like apply, making you feel like you should apply. And I've also been seeing reels on like people or businesses being like, who carries business cards anymore? And you just see people like chucking business cards as soon as somebody hands it to them. It's promotional purposes, but like I can legit see people doing that shit. You know what I mean? Like I'm in and out of my car, like I'm all over the place doing deliveries. I do see business cards on the sidewalk. Like I do see business cards like just flowing in the wind in the middle of an empty ass parking lot. Like I do see those things, but it's still promotion. You know what I mean? Like I just like I don't want to second guess these things that I feel like I probably should be doing. And I am old school, like my grandparents and my parents, like they've had business cards like all my entire life. And you know what? My granddad, he got his business cards printed, and I don't think they had colored ink back then, because I remember my grandfather, he would take me and my cousins out for lunch at a restaurant, right? And I think he did it to like bribe us, because he would like, we would order like our lunch, like me, I always order like the grilled cheese with the fries and the pickles and like a shit ton of ketchup, and and while we were waiting for our food, my granddad, he pulled out a deck of business cards, and he had a logo. It is still our logo on our business cards today, but his business cards were just black and white. And the logo, it calls for two colors, red and green. And then he would pull out a red and green marker. And then he would tell us to color in the logo on his business cards. So talk about, old school, and that's just one of my favorite memories about business cards, and my grandfather was very, very wealthy. And as soon as they were like, oh yeah, we can print in color now, like my grandpa jumped all over that. And we were kind of happy and sad that okay, there goes our lunches. And second, it's like, yeah, like we kind of don't want to work, but um I do still think business cards work. I would say don't allow the internet to influence you like too much. If you enjoy giving out business cards, postcards, it's promotion. That's what it is. It is promotion. And if you want to make it look as simple or as, that fits your business motif, I guess, then go for it. But I'm only saying this because it is one of the things that I gotta do. Like, I have to redesign everything because the files that I have, it was either lost during the Microsoft deletion thing that happened like a year ago or something. Those files are lost, so I cannot like pull that up and like re-edit. Like, I have to start like all over again, which really sucks. But at the same time, it's like, okay, well, maybe I do need a new canvas when it comes to my business cards and my postcards. So that's gonna be like another thing. So I have to figure out like how I'm gonna do that, right? Let's see what else. Oh, but because of social media is making me feel like, oh, don't do that, people aren't into that anymore. But it's kind of like, well, my target audience or my target customers, they're, my customers are still using flip phones. They still write out paper receipts. You know what I mean? Like, I know it sounds silly, but it's like kind of the truth. Like, those are the types of customers that my furniture happens to attract more. It's not like I'm like really targeting them, but I just don't want social media to be like, oh, forget business cards, forget postcards, like everybody's digital. Sure, I am too, but I'm just saying, like, if they want to take one, like, cool. But yeah, I'm just saying that I have a lot of things that I have to redesign and things like that. So let's see what else is on the list. Yes, yesterday, well, 2 weeks ago, I went in for an eyeglass appointment to get, new glasses. And I don't know if I told you guys about that. Maybe I did in the re-up. I don't remember. But they sent me a text yesterday and they were like, oh, your glasses is ready for pickup. So after a long wait, because, my parents took off with my vehicle, so I couldn't take, I couldn't go there to pick up my glasses. But I went there yesterday when they got back, and oh my gosh. First of all, I had to wait like forever for the lady to do whatever the fuck she was doing to my glasses. And then she put them in front of me and she's like, okay, try them on, see how they fit. And then when I put it on, oh my gosh, the right lens in my right eye, like, I would not have doubt. If you looked at me, my left eye was going up and my right eye was going down. It was like night and day. Like, my eyes probably parted ways. You know what I'm saying? I was like, whoa. And she was like, oh, you have to let your eyes adjust. And I was like, it's not happening. And she was like, what's the matter? And I'm like, this is like the right lens is very strong. And she was like, really? And then I put on the other one and I was like, whoa, I said, this has to be wrong. And so she was like, she was like, did you bring in your prescription or did you have your eye test here, done here? And I said, no, I brought in my own. And then she was like, oh, okay. And then I said, I knew what was coming. I've already paid for the frames and the lenses, but I didn't do the eye test. And I was like, okay, so I might have to get an eye test done here. How much is that gonna be? And she was like, oh, like $69. I'm like, bitch, just say 70. Just say $70. Like, you know, they try to hit you with that 69.99.9999999 and it's like, bitch, it's 70. Okay, it's $70. Just fucking say that. But I was like, oh my gosh. So, and I was debating if I should do the test right then and there, but I had something cooking in the slow cooker and it was supposed to come out or else it's gonna get burnt. So I was thinking about making an appointment, and then she was like, wait, she's like, do you have your prescription? And I said, yes. And I tried showing it to her, and she's like, oh no, it's right here. So I'm just like, what the fuck you even asked for it? And she was like, oh, she put it in wrong. I'm like, what do you mean she put it in wrong? And the stupid ass lady, she put in a positive instead of a negative, like a minus. And I was like, okay, so my right eye is just that fucked up, okay. But yeah, so instead of a minus, she put in like the plus sign or whatever. So again, north and south, like she was like, we're gonna have to redo the lenses. And I was like, why the fuck does that not surprise me? I don't know, like it's when I got the notification, like I just felt like I wasn't getting my glasses, and that's the fucking reason. Like, you know, pay attention to your tuition, man. Like your gut will fucking tell you. Like whatever the fuck you're feeling about any news that you get, listen to your gut. I'm telling you. I fucking knew I wasn't coming out with glasses. Like, it was just no big deal. Like, I was just like, all right, I fucking knew it. It's today is just not the day for me to be, you know, strutting new glasses. I fucking knew it. So I was like, all right. And I saw these really cute eyeglass what is it, cases. I bought it, and she scanned. Okay, when I checked the price, it says $7.99.999999. And when she scanned it, it says $60.78. And I was like, never mind. And she's just like, no, obviously it's wrong. And then so she was tapping away on her fucking computer, and I was sitting there for another 50 fucking minutes. And oh my gosh, like, yeah, I threw her my card, and I'm just like, can you like just get me the fuck out of here? And she's like, you want a receipt? Yes. Since I've already been sitting here, what's another 50 fucking minutes? I don't know. Write me a paper receipt. I'm used to that too. So, yeah, that was very fucking frustrating. And here's an update on the DSP work. Nobody got back to me. The lady, okay, my appointment was on Friday, and she was like, oh, Tanya, or whoever the fuck her name was, she was like, she'll send you an email by the end of this evening or like by tomorrow morning, and haven't received anything. And she was like, oh, they'll let you know if you got it or not. So that's very convenient. Convenient, my ass. Tanya didn't even fucking message me to, like, didn't give me a rejection letter or an acceptance letter. Like, I didn't receive nothing from Tanya, who I'm pretty sure is a fucking bot. Okay, Tanya's a bot. Why don't you just say that? So, oh my gosh, yes, so little of these updates, man, and like, it's just a whole big fuck you, right? But it's fine. You know, I really should not be messing with DSP, man, because yo, on the 3 days that I was telling you guys about that I was feeling the symptoms of a heat stroke coming on, fuck, man, like, I don't recall how many, let's see, hold on a second. Let's do the math really fast before I let you guys go. Okay, I had 54 packages 3 days ago. Takeaway 29 packages. I only delivered 25 packages and I was sick as fuck. That's crazy. And the lady at the interview, she was like, oh, you're about to hit Prime Day, and then after Prime Day, it's like Christmas. And she's like, yeah, you're getting about 300 to 500 packages. Like, she said it like it was like the best thing to ever happen to you as a driver, but nah, bitch, it's just to you guys. What the fuck makes me think that I could deliver like 300 to 500 packages for Prime Day? And mind you, Prime Day is on the 8th. 6 days away from today. Oh my gosh, the fuck was I thinking? So I'm kind of glad that Chanya didn't message me at all, and I should just focus on my art pieces. And you know, the other day I told Rob, I was like, yeah, maybe Tanya isn't messaging me because it's a weekend. And he's like, why the fuck are you even checking when you literally just said for the second time that you're happy that you're you made up your mind that you're not going to do it? And I was like, oh yeah, huh? So yeah, no more DSP, no more that kind of thinking. But I want to leave you guys with this. If you are an artist and you have a regular modern job, a modern job is like a 9 to 5 job. Obviously that comes with like a lot of stress already. You have other passions. And when we feel like we're not doing art, we do kick ourselves a lot. We can get very, very unhappy. We can get depressed even. I want to let you guys know what my problem is that I have to understand that I do and have been putting my modern job and responsibilities first, as you should do if you're living more of a modern life, because you kind of have to, because you have responsibilities. But I don't want you guys to beat yourselves up the way that I beat myself up, because even though I'm doing only, and I'm telling you, only 5 hours of modern work, yeah, that's nothing, right? People go 8 to 10 hours, sometimes 12 hours of work, and they are just so overworked, overstressed. I have to understand that type of life is not for me. I don't need to or really have to keep up with the world to make myself feel like if I do that, I will be a better person, which is completely false. It is. There's some people that can do it, and I envy those people. I talked about that in the Re-Up podcast, which I still have yet to edit and publish. But that is a trait that I wish that I had. It's just not for me. But what I tend to do is I beat myself up because I think that 5 hours isn't enough, when it actually is enough. It is enough, because I'm supposed to be doing other works. And sometimes I get confused when I hear people in the art world, when I listen to artists and art collectors you know, owners and hosts of exhibitions, exhibits, museums, when I hear them talking in a podcast or in a lecture or an article or in a blog, they say that the world needs art. And I sometimes feel like I don't understand what that means, because it's like, I guess I've just been doing art for so long since I was a kid. I have never really like I guess because art comes easy to me and my family, that we're just thinking like, oh yeah, well, if I can do it, you can do it. Like anybody can do it. But I still don't understand when they say that. When they say, oh yeah, art is a gift. Art is something, art, the world needs art. And I guess I don't see it because now it's all about AI creation. It's all about, people doing lazy art, just splattering paint on a canvas and it's selling for fucking millions. And it's like, oh my gosh, even a stupid ass purchase a invisible sculpture, and all it is 4 pieces of tape on the ground, and that's supposed to determine its size of this invisible sculpture, and it's sold for millions. And in the fucking article, they're like, oh yeah, like they had a hard time installing it in the buyer's house. And I'm like, oh my God. Dang, just like that. And you want to talk about scams. But anyway, it is maddening. It is like, the fuck is wrong with these people? Like what? Like so art is for those types of people that don't really know the definition of art and why artists do the art that they do or choose the mediums that they do, but I need to understand that what I do in the modern world and in my art, it is enough. It's way more than enough. And being a spiritual being, oh shit, 11:11. Oh my God, it's on my husband. Oh my God, it better not change. It always changes. Oh, there he is. Yay, babe. Yes. I made it. I always miss it. But yeah, so oh, my husband's so great. I love you, baby, if you're wishing. Yes, I am. Yeah, I have to tell myself that everything I do is enough. Maybe, well, I shouldn't say maybe. I do think us artists, we need to spend less time in the modern world. Artists today that I see on Instagram, on Reels, and they are very much for the public. The hell is, I don't know what the hell that was. That's crazy. But they do spend a lot of time like catering to their audience, because like they do art vlogs and things like that. But it's yeah, I can have my own opinion and critique about their art. I'm not even gonna go there. But I still feel like they're not connected to their art. I heard an artist say that she's not attached to her art, and that was very disappointing to hear. And I'll just end with that. But anyways, thank you all so much for pressing play. Don't forget to add, rate, comment, subscribe, follow, and share. And I will check you guys in the next Audie's Art Struggles podcast episode. Peace.